Vietnam Veterans of America chapter in the state. We have 326 members, and we try to help veterans from all conflicts, not just the Vietnam veterans. So we've been, since the pandemic began back in March, we've shifted to Zoom meetings every month for our board. We meet the first Thursday of the month. We have 15 members on our board, and then the third Thursday of every month, we hold a general membership meeting on Zoom. So we've been able pretty much to continue our activities even with the more difficult environment.
Awesome. Glad to hear that, Jay. Raisa, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Raisa Velez. I work for Brain Injury Services. This is my first meeting, my first time joining this collaborative. So I'm basically learning from you guys how all these meetings go. I'll share that I am a veteran myself. I served for 5 years in the Army. And I'm also a military spouse. So recently moved in June to the Northern Virginia area with my husband, who's in the Army, and started working at Brain Injury Services. I'm the Veterans Case Manager there. So I'm very excited for this opportunity and to connect with all of you, see how we're able to support each other.
Yay, so glad you're here. Awesome. Maria Jose?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Maria Jose Cantoni. I am the director of the Financial Empowerment Center in Alexandria. We are working virtually as everybody else. And I want just to mention that we are going to start next Tuesday a series of virtual personal finance and career building workshops. Those are going to be every other Tuesday, and we are going to be offering the same classes in Spanish the next Tuesday. So Christy, I will be sending you this information. Maybe you can pass around everybody. The classes are free, great information to start understanding how you can rebuild your finance if that is your case, or even to go into a different path if you are looking for a different work or your clients. So happy to be here. Thank you, Christy.
Awesome, Maria Jose, that sounds great. Neil Goodman.
Hey, Christy. This is me. Okay, that's my name tag. You've seen it before. I'm a Vietnam veteran. I've been doing workshops helping people feel good about themselves, myself included. Okay, I'm in there for about 30 years now in hospitals, and recently networking with Blue Star families and Operation Homefront to get together some families to do webinars with them on stress management. Currently working with Ali, GMU. Ali's a senior organization. Our third session is this Thursday, about 30 people in the class. I normally have 60 to 80 now that we're in the Zoom environment, but I have my own Zoom account, and I will do individual sessions with people that have some challenges with stress. And that's what I've been doing with Christy for years, kind of, sort of, when we were live, but now working with Julie and some other folks too. So one soul at a time. If you have somebody that's really stressed out, and they feel comfortable with me sending them a Zoom invite. I've done one-on-ones before. I've done groups of 15, 20, 30, 100. So this is what I do. I'm out there for just to help people. I'm still working in the jails with substance abuse prisoners. So I've been doing that for some time as well. So glad to meet with you all. And my website is neil9.com. I'll put it in the chat. You can view my website and find out how many credentials I don't have and why I shouldn't be working with your folks. But I'm here if you care to use my services. Thank you.
Thanks, Neil. Priya, do you want to go next?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Congratulations, Christy and Ben. So I'm the founder of NextPat. We are focused on supporting individuals transition culturally. So I've got two talks coming up in October, one with USO on sort of balance after burnout. Again, this idea of sort of getting tired of Zoom, and then one with AMVETS that'll be a live stream, sort of ask me anything style.
That's awesome. I saw the announcement come out from the USO. Very cool. Excited to see that. Yolanda, do you want to go next?
And unmute. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Good afternoon, everyone. Yolanda Rayford, Senior Career Coach with Easter Seals Veteran Staffing Network. Easter Seals is still in business. We have been operating virtually since the pandemic began. My role as a Senior Career Coach is to provide a variety of coaching services on a variety of web platforms. We were going strong up until the end of September. School began and our numbers have shifted. And so those events where 100 people were attending, not so much. And so we are doing a reshift, and at the end of October, we'll have a couple of VSN Tuesday talks, but we're also going to add job clubs into that whole process, just to make sure that people are getting exactly what they need. As we speak with other veteran service organizations, others are experiencing the same downward turn in numbers as people's concentration and attention is divided in different areas. I'm excited to join you all yet again. I can't wait to hear all of the delightful things that are happening. Thank you, Christy.
Awesome. And Yolanda is amazing. Anybody, especially in the military veteran space, if you need help with a promotion or new job opportunity, she's your woman. She's awesome. Chris Duffley.
Hey, thanks, Christy, and good to see a lot of old friends here and some new friends too. And congratulations again, Christy. I think you're now the fourth director for serving together that I've worked with, and my favorite. Not that I'm biased at all. I'm the director for Service to Armed Forces and International Services for your American Red Cross in the National Capital and Greater Chesapeake region. And on the military veterans side, we have big volunteer programs at the military hospitals in the area. When we're allowed to come back into those hospitals, which is something we're working on, and Mary, who I see is working on that hard. We also have a series of virtual resiliency workshops right now that we offer during the pandemic. And finally, we have the Hero Care Network, so your Red Cross emergency messages and the Hero Care Center. So that's a little bit about what we're doing in the military veteran space. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you. Delonte Green.
First of all, congratulations, Christy. All right. And it's good to see everyone. There are a couple new faces. So for those that don't know me, my name is Delonte Green. I am the military community liaison for the Barry Robinson Center. If you are unfamiliar with us, we are a behavioral health residential treatment facility located in Norfolk, Virginia. But what makes us unique is we are 100% dedicated to serving the youth of military connected families. In addition to our residential services, we also have a fully accredited school on campus as well. I will drop my info in the chat if anyone wants to connect. Like I said, there's some new faces, so and I love meeting new people. As far as any updates with us, we are going to be putting on a webinar at the end of the month, October 29th. It's going to be on rec therapy and how we implement that at our center. So hope to see some of you there. And once again, thanks for having me, Christy.
Awesome. So glad you're able to make it today.
Of course. Thank you.
Mallory, how's it going?
Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. Christy, congratulations. We're all so excited. For those that don't know me, my name is Mallory Lass. I am the outreach manager for the Stephen A. Cohen Military Family Clinic at Easter Seals. I'm also an Air Force veteran. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Stephen Cohen Clinic, we offer evidence-based mental health treatment for the entire military and veteran community. We are located in Silver Spring, Maryland, but we serve DC, Maryland, the entire state of Virginia. And we are also expanding our services to West Virginia, which we're in the process. So I'm very excited about that. We do short-term evidence-based mental health care for anybody attached to the military anyway. So that could be active duty, veterans of any era, any discharge, their family as defined by the veteran, so dating partners, caregivers, all of those are included in that. And we are right now still 100% telehealth, but honestly, who wants to fight traffic? So I'm happy with it. In addition to our mental health counseling services, we also offer a plethora of wellness programs and opportunities, such as I just had a creative writing class with community building artworks. We offer yoga, art, theater, and a ton more opportunities. I will put my contact in the chat. I love also meeting new people and working more in the community any way we can. I feel like our community is stronger together. So anything I can do to support you and your program and vice versa, please do not hesitate to let us know. But thank you so much, everybody, and happy Tuesday.
Thanks, Mallory. Awesome. Mary Santini.
Thanks, Christy. Hi, everyone. Christy, again, congratulations. Very excited for you. Sad that you won't be running the collaboratives anymore, but we'll still see you. So I'm Mary Santini. I am the regional manager for the American Red Cross National. We just merged. So National Capital Region, Greater Chesapeake region. And as Chris mentioned, we have programs for service to armed forces in the military treatment facility. I cover the clinic at the Pentagon, Fort Belvoir, and Quantico, and all the subsequent clinics that go with that. Right now, our volunteers, as Chris mentioned, are on pause, but we are still in Fort Belvoir Hospital. Our office at Quantico is closed temporarily, but we are open. We're still providing services wherever needed at Quantico, at the Pentagon, at Fort Belvoir. So if you happen to be in Fort Belvoir Hospital, stop in and see us. We're here Monday through Friday, still providing services to families, veterans, active duty. So that's about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Mary. Good to see you.
You too.
Martha, do you want to come off mute and say hi?
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, Christy. So I'm Martha Borowski. I work with Maria Jose at the Financial Empowerment Center. I am a military spouse, or retired military spouse, I guess. I do hold my accredited financial counseling certification. I got that through the Military Spouse Fellowship Program. And I do maintain my certification and my military education on financial coaching for military members and veterans. So we at the Financial Empowerment Center have trained staff that can help our veterans with their unique financial concerns and some of the more other things that they need to know as they transition out of the military, i.e. like, what they do with the TSP, healthcare, all that stuff. So we can help our veterans at the FEC. We have a few veteran volunteers that are also trained as financial coaches that can help our veterans as well. So as Maria Jose said, we offer everything for free to our Fairfax County area residents, and feel free to send your veterans our way. We'll gladly help them out.
Awesome. Thanks, Martha, and such a needed service. Dee Dee, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, Dee Dee.
Let me see if I can get my video to. Okay. Hi, my name is Dee Dee. Hi, everyone. Congrats, Chris.
Oh, I think she froze. Did we lose you, Dee Dee?
It's a regional mental health program within, it has been slow. Huh?
I think we lost you for a second. You're coming back though.
Okay. I work with RAF. RAF is a regional mental health program, and we discharge seniors 65 and older from State Psychiatric Hospital. and place them in the nursing home and assisted living facilities. So actually we picked up a few discharges the last month and this month. So that's good because the hospital actually got a lot of COVID and they temporarily shut down. So but now they're allowing discharge. So that's good because a lot of our clients want to get out of the hospital. They don't want to be there. So that's good news. And so we're doing a lot of telehealth to follow up on the ones that we discharge to make sure that they stay stable, because a lot of time when they discharge, they won't take their medication. They want to, show other things. So that's going well. And we're doing a lot of consultation and training. Consultation for difficult behavior. We do training on dementia, depression, anxiety, all the mental illness training. So you can consult Raft, and we are more than happy to do that for you, or individual consultation for agency. So we're doing that. That's what we're doing now. So things are going well.
Good. Thank you for the update, Dee Dee. It looks so nice. It looks like you're on the beach. It's just so beautiful.
I know, right? I wish that we always.
Love it. Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michelle Cole, my co-chair. You want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Cole. I'm the Director of Operations and Canine Programs for MK9 Service Dogs. We have been continuing our training with our service dogs and their veteran partners throughout the COVID period. We're actually excited. We're getting ready next month to do another graduation ceremony for our permanent placement with one of our Labrador retrievers with his veteran. And we're planning on getting a new puppy the end of December if all goes well. And so other than that, we are doing well. If anybody has a veteran who you feel would be appropriate or needs a service dog, please get in touch with us. I'm also the spouse of a Navy veteran, and our son is currently active duty Navy. So thanks, Christy.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. And good to hear that things are going well on your end. Brenda, are you there?
Hello, sorry, I'm multitasking and eating. I will show my face in the next couple of minutes. Hi, everybody. Very good to see you all. Congratulations, Christy. We're so excited for you. I work with the In Transition program. It's one of the Department of Defense's best kept secrets. It's a free and confidential program that offers specialized coaching and assistance for service members of all flavors, active duty, National Guard, reservists, veterans, retirees, regardless of discharge status, and they help them access mental health care. And then they also have a resource center that has a plethora of resources. So happy to share my contact information to give you some more information about it.
Awesome. Thanks, Brenda. Michelle Palmer.
Hey, congratulations, Christy. I'm Michelle Palmer. I am the Vet Success, Vet Success on Campus counselor with the Department of Veterans Affairs, Veteran Readiness and Employment Program. And I am on campus at the Northern Virginia Community College, Annandale and Alexandria, assisting veterans or their dependents using any of their VA education benefits. 2 quick updates because I might have to pop off here early for another meeting at the end. NOVA will be online or remote learning for spring semester. So they've already come out with that so students and professors can plan. And the VA did just extend the special COVID rules for post 9/11 and VRNE, so that if they are on an online only or remote status through December 21st, 2021, they will still receive the in-person monthly allowance. So as long as the class was originally scheduled to be in person, even if it moves remote for spring, summer, or next fall semester, they'll still get that in-person BAH rate, which is huge.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle, for the updates. And good to hear that schools have already started kind of making the calls for next year, and that the VA is able to support that in-person learning amount for folks. So thank you for those updates. Rachel Powell, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. So I work with the Virginia Department of Veteran Services, Virginia Veteran and Family Support Program. I am the daughter of an Army veteran and spouse of a Marine Corps veteran. Currently, we are still serving veterans and their families in office and virtually. So just if anybody needs to make an appointment with us, to just call either our Richmond hotline, which I'll put in the chat, or to call our local offices via our website, and I'll put that information there as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Rachel. Listen, are you there?
Yes, hello everybody, and congratulations, Christy. Very exciting. My name is Alyssa Goggin, and I'm the clinical art therapist for the Workhouse Military and the Arts Initiative at the Workhouse Art Center in Lorton, Virginia. And our program offers a variety of free programming, free art engagement, from our weekly open studio to fine arts engagement through subsidized classes for veterans, dependents, and their family members or caregivers. And my role as the art therapist, I offer free mental health services through individual or group art therapy, and I'm offering both of those services either in person or online at this moment. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here with you all today.
Awesome. Thanks, Alyssa. Glad you're here. Dina San Juan.
Hi, congratulations, Christy. My name is Dina San Juan, and I work with the Virginia Department of Veteran Services. I work at the Fairfax office. I'm a veteran service representative, and we are currently doing in-person appointments, and no more walk-ins. And we can do veterans can go to our DVS website. They can do online appointment, appointments with us. And what we do is we help veterans file claims to the VA, and we're open. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Dina. I'm glad to hear that you guys have the ability to make appointments online. That's great. There's also a phone number on here. I'm not sure if someone called in. It's a 716-341-3691. Is that someone that wants to come off mute?
Yes, Marcy Posey.
Hi, Marcy. How are you?
Congratulations, Christy.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say, first of all, congratulations, because I've known you for a while, and well deserved. Well done. Well done. And you're very welcome, wholeheartedly very welcome. And I just wanted to let you know, this has nothing to do with my job, but I have started a Facebook page, and we're doing patriotic pumpkins. And the Facebook page is United Forces for Good. And if anybody would like to enter our little contest, it costs absolutely nothing. And what you do is you make a patriotic pumpkin, any way you want to go ahead and paint it, carve it, whatever you want to do, design it, and just post a picture to our Facebook page. And we will go ahead and announce the winners at the end of the month on October 30th. So we do have prizes for adults, and we do have prizes for kids too. We have 2 divisions. And, you know, I think it's only fair that the kids get more than the adults. So, and I'm pretty sure everybody on the call will agree with that. The Facebook page is United Forces for Good. And one other thing that we do is we give out free American flags. And that's the other reason why I'm on the call. If there is somebody, you know, a veteran that would like an American flag, we'll go ahead and ship them totally free of charge, no questions asked. All that we ask is that they go ahead and just connect with us on Facebook, and we follow up to make sure that it gets delivered. Other than that, I'm just so pleased as punch that you are been promoted, And if anybody has any questions, they can give me a call at this number about our Facebook page, United Forces for Good. It's got about 1,500 members, and we're in 34 states. So hopefully we'll soon get to that nifty 50 and have all of them covered.
That's awesome. Thanks, Mercy. What a cool program. So thank you for sharing that.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Well, I want to now introduce Ben Sampson, one of our collaborative members with Wounded Warrior Project. He's going to be here today to do more of a training for us, a professional development opportunity for us to have some personal growth in talking about accomplishment boards. I'm going to turn it over to him to lead this presentation and obviously introduce himself as well.
Cool. Thank you, Christy. Can you all hear me okay? Very cool. There's only one requirement for this training, and that's that you get a piece of paper and a pen for right now. So like Christy said, my name's Ben Sampson. I'm an outreach specialist with Wounded Warrior Project. So my job really is just putting on events for our members, our alumni, as we call them, here in the Northern Virginia region. But I'm personally into personal development quite heavy right now for multiple reasons. Number one, for my own personal growth. And number two is so, sorry, my other phone is going off. I need to shut it up. The other one is because in this space, I feel like a lot of what we do is helping people with their own personal growth. And so whether we have like a mental health focus or a work focus, it really doesn't matter. We're all helping veterans and family members with moving forward in some capacity. So one of the other reasons I do this is because I want to understand that process so I can better communicate it to those I serve. So that's why the other reason I'm into personal growth. I'm going to share my screen with you now. Now, tell me can you all see a picture of someone running on the beach?
Yes.
Okay, good. I think I chose the right screen. Now can you see full screen saying accomplishment boards?
Yes.
Okay, so we all know what an accomplishment is. I first heard about accomplishment boards. I was listening to a podcast called Impact Theory. You can find it on YouTube. It's run by a guy called Tom Billio, who started Quest Nutrition. He had a guest on called John Assaraf. John Assaraf is an entrepreneur, real estate guy, and author of this book, Inner Size, which you can see on your screen. If you can see my screen, I have it right here. And I ran a book club with some veterans and got some pretty interesting results from doing this book. Inner Size is all about retraining your subconscious. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today in the context of accomplishment boards. So before I get there, why an accomplishment board? You know, we've all heard of vision boards, right? A vision board basically is you putting your dreams and visions and goals and things like that down on a board or a sheet where you can see them. So it allows you to see, it allows you to think about and feel emotionally all of those things that you want to achieve. An accomplishment board, however, is kind of in reverse. It revisits memory that allows you to see, think, and feel emotionally about all those things that you did achieve or you did overcome. And we'll talk about why that's important here in a second. So there's kind of three main things an accomplishment board may do. It helps reinforce positive beliefs about yourself. So beliefs about yourselves that you can achieve, you can be successful, you can overcome challenges because look, there is evidence and you have it right in front of you. It allows you to overcome negative beliefs. I think one thing we all have in common as human beings is what Dr. Daniel Amen calls ANTs, automatic negative thoughts. And I think part of the challenge for us is not paying too much time or giving them too much energy. I think that's one of the big challenges for us as human beings, right? But so an accomplishment board will help you overcome negative beliefs about yourself, things that we may have talked ourselves out of believing to be true because maybe you're too old to learn a new skill, which is untrue, or maybe you're not skilled enough, or I can't because, you know, fill in the blank. I think we've all kind of had thoughts like that. I'm certainly guilty of that too. And the third thing really is it'll help identify skill sets that maybe you put on the back burner, maybe something that you haven't done a lot for a long time, maybe something that you did really well as a kid, and then as you grew older, you were like, well, that's kind of child stuff. Maybe I should move on to more adult things, you know. So it helps you identify skill sets that you may not have utilized in a long time. And so what this does really is it helps strengthen the bond between our memory and our sense of self-confidence. It helps to reinforce those neuroconnections in your brain that help to hardwire your subconscious or your default level for success, for positivity, for courage, and for confidence. It'll help you identify all the highs, the lows, failures, ups and downs through whatever journey you went through. And it'll help you make you think about all the obstacles and challenges you did overcome to achieve whatever it was that you did achieve. And in turn, that'll help you approach future challenges and obstacles with a different mindset. An accomplishment board can help be a reference point to use in times of uncertainty, and honestly make you feel good about yourself. And if you're like me, I certainly could use a little more of that right now. I'll get a little bit personal with you here in a bit, but September was by far the worst month for me, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So, you know, we could all use some reinforcement to help us feel good about ourselves. So riddle me this. What would it be like if you approached everything that you do in life with the attitude of, I know I got this, and any challenges that come my way, I'm going to embrace them because I know it'll make me stronger, it'll make me faster, it'll make me better, more resilient, more understanding, and more skilled. So what if you approach it like this? I know I got this because there is evidence that I am smart, that I am organized, I'm impactful, I'm caring, I'm successful, I'm skilled, I'm strong, I'm worthy. I'll ask you that again. I'm going to take a sip of water here for a second. What would it be like if you approached everything that you do in life with the attitude of, I know I got this, and any challenges that come my way, I will embrace them because I know that they will make me stronger, faster, better, more resilient, more understanding, and more skilled. Gandhi said this. He said, your belief becomes your thoughts become your words become your actions turn into habits become values, and values become your destiny. So at the most fundamental level, it really boils down to belief. And I'll get to that here in a second. Have we all heard of these phrases like the one you see on your screen? If you can believe, you can achieve. I think, therefore I am. Be the change you want to see in the world. What are some others that you've heard? Feel free to unmute yourself and let me know. What are some other sayings you've heard out there kind of like this? If you can believe, you can achieve. No takers?
Dare to believe.
Dare to believe. Yeah, that's a good one. So the thing that really annoys me about sayings like that, and I love those things because it helps you think about it, but the thing that really annoys me about it is none of them talk about how. None of them talk about how to challenge those negative thoughts or let go of those disempowering beliefs or those disempowering habits. None of them talk about all the stress that comes along with change. None of them talk about getting rid of all the negative people in your life or how to cut them off. There's a lot of challenges that come with wanting to change, wanting to do better. And I'll talk about that in a second. So the interesting thing, and I got this from this book, Inner Size, which is really a really deep book, but fantastic and practical at the same time. One of the things that John Assaraf talks about is the biology of belief. And a lot of you may know this information. Some of you, I'm just going to close my window here. Some of you may be hearing this information for the first time, and that's okay. So bear with me a second. There's some science stuff here that I want to go through. Your brain really has two executive functions. Number one is safety, keeping you alive and out of danger. The other is efficiency or energy conservation, making things as easy as possible. So anything that challenges those two things or goes against the things that you believe about yourselves to be true, they're seen by the brain as a threat. And our brain, sometimes called the monkey brain or the gorilla brain in different contexts, and I'll let you research that on your own, it will do anything in its power to get us back on the path of least resistance. And the reason is because change is difficult for the brain. Change, I'll reiterate what I said earlier, change is seen as a threat and it's seen to cost energy, right? And that's why it's difficult. Our monkey brain or gorilla brain will try and get us back on the path of least resistance. So what we believe about ourselves to be true comes from a wide range of different sources, right? And it starts when you're born. What did you, this is a rhetorical question, what did your parents project on you as a child? They project their own insecurities, their own fears. Were they running from their default or subconscious level based on what their parents taught them? What did your friends say about you, your teachers? What does social media tell you about yourself? I recently took Facebook off my phone, and I can say I'm a lot happier for it. My screen time went down 30% in a week just by taking Facebook off. And that, for me, I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, why didn't I do that earlier? You know how much time I could have had had I just gotten rid of Facebook off my phone? I still have it on my computer because there's a lot of people I connect with there, but I don't need to connect with them 4 hours a day. So, yeah, what did your friends say about you? What did your teachers tell you in school? My teachers taught me that because I don't know if any of you know me, you know that I'm a professional musician, was for a long time in the military and then left, now working for the Warrior Project. But growing up, because I was so interested in music, I was not interested in math, and I'm still not. I was not interested in English. I'm kind of a little bit interested in English. I wasn't interested in science, and I'm really interested in science now. But back then, what my teachers told me was that that you're not smart because you're getting C's and D's on all these tests, when really I just wasn't interested in anything other than music. You know, so, and that belief I've carried with me for a very, very long time, and had to overcome on a consistent basis. So when we challenge these beliefs that have been projected on us, positive or negative beliefs, the brain or the mind will try and autocorrect back to safety and efficiency. You know, let me ask you this. Who makes a New Year's resolution on January 1st? I know I do. Yes, Christy, I see your hand there. You know, the third week of January, you know what happens? Cake and Netflix. And so there goes my New Year's resolution of becoming Mr. Universe, you know. And for a long time, I thought, you know, I don't have strength of character. I don't have enough willpower. I don't have enough motivation or inspiration. But the big, thank you, Oprah, for this, the big aha for me when I read this book was it's not all about willpower, motivation, inspiration, or anything like that. Biology comes into play, and just the awareness of that was like relieved so much stress for me, and the understanding of how this worked was also a big aha moment for me as well. So I've talked about the subconscious mind here. Our mind is broken down into primarily two parts, right? Our conscious mind, which is everything in our awareness at the moment, which runs about 3 to 5% of what we do or how we behave. And I'm talking about habits being physical things that you want to achieve, or emotional responses to certain things. That can be a habit too. And then our subconscious mind runs about 95 to 97%, give or take, of what we do in life. And our belief system is housed in our subconscious level. And our subconscious level basically is all those filters through which we interpret the world. So consistent action and repetition over time forms your habits, right? Or if you think back to what Gandhi said, it all kind of starts with belief. Your belief turns into X, Y, and Z, which ends up being your destiny, right? So with this understanding, I think it's really, really important that when it comes to changing our beliefs or changing our habits, we first look at what is running on our subconscious level or our default level. Remember, 95 to 90%, 97% of what we do. Now, this might seem like a little doom and gloom or a little daunting, and I get that, and that's okay. But some of you may have heard of the science of neuroplasticity. In terms of science, I think it's a pretty relatively new science in the past maybe 10 to 15 years. I could be a little off on that, but neuroplasticity is the ability for our brain to form and recognize synaptic connections, especially in response to learning or experience. So really what this is, neuroplasticity is the science that proves that you can change your mind. You can change your mind, your brain, your belief, your hardwire, or your default level, or your subconscious level. So if we attack changing our disempowering thoughts or disempowering habits or rituals and replace them with empowering thoughts, habits, and rituals at the most fundamental level, the subconscious level, and do this on a consistent basis, then I believe that we are more likely to achieve those things that we desire. Remember, consistent action and repetition over time forms beliefs and habits. So we've all heard of inspiration, motivation, and willpower. They're kind of transient. They come and go, at least they do for me. And part of the challenge is staying motivated 100% of the time, which I don't think is practical. But what if you didn't really need those things? What if your habits and thoughts and emotional responses to things were positive and moved you forward towards your goals, so that when you did encounter inspiration or motivation or an extra boost of willpower from whatever source, then you use that as a way to level up or a way to achieve faster with better quality. And I think it starts with beliefs. So we need to positively reinforce the things that we are capable of, that we're successful at, that we're able to achieve or able to overcome. I'll say it again, repetition over time, and here I am repeating this phrase, repetition over time hardwires that belief into your default or your subconscious level, which in turn makes it habitual. Now, this is where accomplishment boards come in. I know that was a lot of information. So let's all take a deep breath. I'm going to. Okay, very cool. This is where accomplishment boards come in. And if you remember what accomplishment boards do, they're going to help reinforce positive beliefs, skill sets, help overcome negative beliefs. So what I want you to do right now is just grab a pen and a piece of paper, and I'm going to do it along with you. I've done this presentation a couple of times, excuse me. I didn't leave, I just ducked down to get some paper here. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, and on the paper, draw a line right in the center, right down the middle. And on the left-hand side, I want you to start writing all the things that you achieved. You can do this chronologically throughout your life. You can brainstorm. You can do it by different areas of your life: family, work, hobbies, travel. It doesn't really matter. I'll just give you a few minutes to do that. And I'll ask you some questions as you do that. So what are you proud of? What skills did you learn? What did you overcome? What relationships did you build? What relationships did you repair? What did you achieve? Was it a trophy, a medal, a certificate, a degree? What challenges did you overcome? What curveballs did life throw at you that you overcame? Was there anything that you won at? What did you win? Did you win a race you're proud of? Did you win $100 in the lottery like I did? Although I'm not super proud of that. That was kind of lucky, I suppose. What awards did you get? What were you successful at? And what did you do that helped someone else be better in their lives? Was it a friend in need? Was it a family member? Was it a coworker? Was it one of the veterans you served? I'll just give you another minute to keep writing that out. Again, you can do this chronologically. You can brainstorm. You can do it by different areas of your life. What were you proud of? What did you achieve? What did you overcome? What did you win at? What awards did you get? What were you successful at? And what did you do that helped someone else be better in their own lives? Now, if you're like me, when it comes to things you need to improve in your own life, you can keep writing until the cows come home and won't run out of ideas. But when it comes to, thinking about all the positive stuff that we've done, it's a little more challenging. But this is not the time to be humble. Be super proud of yourself. Okay, and in the interest of time, I think I'm going to keep moving on here. So this is what an accomplishment board is. You take that list and find a picture or a piece of artwork, or print out a word off your computer that states what that is, and put it on as big a piece of paper as you need, and then simply make it a collage, or be as creative as you want to be. Put it on a piece of paper, and put that piece of paper somewhere where you can see it on a daily basis. And I'll talk about why that's important in a second. So we're not actually going to make an accomplishment board together. I'm going to leave that up to you to find all these pictures, and maybe you can, find some pictures of you holding a trophy when you're a kid or something like that, and put it on there. But I'll show you mine. I just did mine on a Word document. I don't know if you can see it, but very well. But I just posted pictures here on a Word document. This one is basic military training, writing music. I love to write music. I've done a lot of it. I'm proud of that. I got a couple of degrees in music. I got happy kids. You know, I'm so grateful for that. I feel like I'm having an impact on the world with, you know, especially with my job with the Warrior Project. I'm super proud of that. I feel like I'm a great father. I've traveled a lot, been to about 60 different countries. Throughout my travels, I ran a 10K in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. So I got a lot of music awards when I was a kid, things like that. So, you know, I have this at my desk. I have it at my desk for different reasons, but, you know, mostly I can just kind of look at it every now and then and just remind myself of all the things that I did overcome. Life, you know, I think life throws curveballs at all of us. You know, my September was, like I mentioned, was the hardest month of this year. My son was born late August, went straight into the NICU, was in there for a month. A week after my son was born, a good friend of mine took her own life, a young girl in the Air Force. She was 24. Then had to get back to work, end of year budget stuff. Or previous to my son being born, my wife's grandfather passed away. So, you know, it was like super challenging, you know, like one thing after the other. But, you know, one of the things that kind of helped get me through it, apart from relying on other people and utilizing all the tools in my emotional tool belt to get through it, was just thinking about things, memories that brought happiness and courage and strength was one of the things that kind of help, you know, navigate that space. So moving on, I want you to pick. I want you to pick one accomplishment on your list there. Excuse me, I'm going to get rid of a couple of screens here. Pick one accomplishment on your list. Now, you're going to get a little bit personal with me now too. And I want you to think about that accomplishment. Pick one accomplishment. I want you to think about that. Think about how you got there. Think about what challenges and obstacles you did to overcome whatever hardships that came your way. What hardships did you go through to get there? What did you learn in the process? What new skills did you acquire, either physical, technical, or emotional skill? And how did you feel when you accomplished that? Now, you can write this down or you can just sit there and think about it. What challenges and obstacles did you overcome to get there? What hardship did you go through? What did you learn in the process? What new skill did you acquire? How did you feel when you accomplished that? Now, I want you to take yourself back to that moment when you realized you had achieved whatever it was you achieved. Take yourself back to that moment. And what did you feel? Did you feel joy? Did you feel relief it was over? Did you feel motivated? Did you feel gratitude? Did you feel empowered? And just let yourself rest there for a minute. Let yourself experience the emotions attached to that accomplishment. I want you to just relive that experience for a second. Relive those emotions. Give yourself permission. This is not the time to be humble. Give yourself permission to relive that experience and be proud of yourself. You're going to let yourself rest there for just a minute. Okay, now I'm going to ask if anyone wants to share a little bit about one of their accomplishments. Is anyone willing to share that accomplishment that you took yourself back to? No? I'll wait for another second.
I'll share.
Sure.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say I'll share. I am not a runner either, Benjamin, but I did run a marathon once in Honolulu, Hawaii, and
yes,
it was brutally painful, but I did it and I finished it, and it definitely, I didn't get to train like I wanted to, although it did still involve a lot of preparation, and I sort of learned about being able to push myself further than I thought that I could do. You know, my mind was ready to quit probably at mile 10, but I still went 16 more miles, and again, I finished it. So it was.
That's awesome. And so how did you feel when you finished the marathon?
Besides exhausted and in pain, I did feel, I felt really good, and
yeah,
you know, mentally crossing that finish line, I was sort of energized, although my body was physically drained. I was, you know, just like, wow, I can't believe I actually did it. And so.
Yeah. So when you took yourself back to that moment, how did you feel?
I felt good, and I felt proud,
Yeah.
and I felt like I'm almost ready to go out for a run today.
Yeah, there you go. So what was it, I'm curious, what was it that allowed you to keep going past mile 10?
You know, I saw other people doing it, and I just sort of decided to set little milestones, and I'm gonna make it to this next point, make it to the turnaround, make it to follow this person, and if I can keep pace with them, then I'm doing okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're using someone else's achievement as inspiration for you moving forward, right?
Yep. And also just by taking it in little chunks, it, you know, I didn't think about, hey, I got to do this much more. I just, all right, I'm going to do this mile. I'm going to do this mile.
Yeah. Yeah. Taking it in small strides. You know, I think those lessons, and the reason I'm asking you that, I think those lessons can be applied to pretty much anything. I mean, certainly it can be applied to this calendar year, you know, like, let's just get through this week. Let's get through, you know, X, Y, and Z. Let's get through the election, you know, let's get through Christmas, you know, it'll be a new year. So I think those lessons you can apply to a lot of different things in your own life. So thank you so much for sharing, Chris. I really appreciate that. So
no problem.
This is why this is important, is because when you see this accomplishment board and you spend a minute just thinking about that moment, reliving that experience on an emotional level and on a biological level, your brain doesn't really know the difference between what you perceive in your mind or like actuality, right? So the same neurochemicals get released for both of those things. But what you're doing is you're helping to hardwire those positive beliefs about yourself into your subconscious level, which, remember, runs like 95 to 97% of what we do. So the next time that you have a negative thought, Chris, the next time you have a negative thought, you can tell it no, because you got past mile 10 and you made it to 26, right? The next time you face a challenge or obstacle, you can accept it, knowing that you can overcome, because you have proof, right? Chris, you have proof that you did a marathon. If you choose to do another marathon, I don't know how long ago it was that you did this marathon. I know that age plays a little bit into doing physical accomplishments like that. But the next time, Chris, that you have a major obstacle in life, you can use the lessons learned from the marathon, break it down into smaller chunks. Look at someone who's further ahead and use that as inspiration. Keep your eye on the finish line. Just get through this moment. The next time someone tells you you cannot, you can brush it off. You can have a little bit thicker skin because you know you have proof. And I really think it helps to spend a minute emotionalizing these accomplishments to help rewire that or hardwire that into our subconscious. Now, this is not really to do with an accomplishment board, but I think it's really, really important and needs to be said. I made up this quote here: no one never got nowhere by not having no one helping. So really what that means is no one succeeds alone. We've heard that before. No one never got nowhere by not having no one helping. So my challenge to you, on that piece of paper where you wrote all your accomplishments on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, I want you to list one name, and we're going to spend a minute doing it now. I want you to list one name next to each accomplishment. The name of someone who helped you get there. It could be a friend, could be a coworker, could be a spouse. It could be someone who like gave you a ride to the job interview. It could be, for me, a lot of mine was my spouse. You know, when I was transitioning out of the military and looking for a job, you know, she took care of a lot of stuff logistically around the house that freed up some time for me to research jobs. I wouldn't have got the job with Wounded Warrior Project had she not, you know, kind of taken up that slack, and I'm glad she did. So just go down that list and write the name of one person pertaining to you achieving that goal. We'll just spend a second doing that. Okay, and my challenge to you is to pick one of those names and just tell them thank you. Send them a text, send them an email, give them a call, go see them if they're in the next room, and just say, hey, you remember when you did this? I really appreciated that, thank you. And the important thing is here is that I feel like this teaches us two really important lessons. If no one ever succeeds alone and it always takes somebody else helping in some small or large capacity, then in future, when it comes to achievement, we can cut the pride and stop trying to do everything by ourselves and ask for help when you need it. Because no one ever succeeds alone. And if you think about it a little deeper than that, you know, we've had a lot of people bringing us food because we have a newborn son, and I really appreciate it. But I remember the times that like we were able to do that for other people, and how good that made us feel, being able to provide that for other people. Don't deprive other people of feeling good for helping you out. You're giving them an opportunity to give, and I think that's a gift in itself. So two really important lessons here. Cut the pride and ask for help when you need it. And it also allows us to be grateful that people believed in us enough to help us out on these journeys. You know, if you think about some of those journeys that you've been on, if you're like me and you know, went through some stuff where you didn't have enough to believe in yourself, and you had people alongside you who took your hand and pulled you along and said, yes, you're going to do this because I know you can, and helped you believe in yourself better. So it allows us to be grateful for those people, which I think is really important. And I got some parting questions for you. I'm going to wrap it up here. So what would your life look like if you consistently reinforce positive belief about yourself? What would happen to your level of creativity and productivity if you challenged all of those negative thoughts that seem to float on by from time to time? And what would you add to your skill set if you accepted all obstacles and challenges as opportunities to grow, learn, and inspire others? I appreciate you guys paying attention to me today. I'm going to leave my contact information in the chat. Feel free to reach out anytime. I'm not going to talk about Wounded Warrior Project right now. I'll do that some other time, but we do have a lot of stuff going on, so I'll brief that at a later date. But again, thank you. I appreciate it.
Ben, this was awesome. I don't know about the rest of the group, but I am feeling so empowered and motivated to think about my accomplishment board, and yeah, so well said, so well spoken, and all the things that you brought up were just amazing points. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
How is your son doing? You said he was born premature. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he was doing great. So this is just a real quick story. The 20-week anatomy scan that they did, they found that there was basically no amniotic fluid and blood flow was a mess. So at that time, at the 20-week mark, the doctors said, okay, he's going to be stillborn in the next 2 weeks. So you have the option to do it naturally, or if you want to terminate the pregnancy, go ahead and do that. And so, I mean, that news is like, it's like a ton of bricks on your head, but I'm Christian. I was brought up Christian. My whole family's Christian, and relaying this information to them, they knuckled down and prayed really hard. I don't, scientifically, medically, I don't know if that helped or not, but what happened was from the 20-week scan onwards, things gradually turned around and got back into the normal range. Our son, Stellan is his name. He was always a little bit small, like measuring 2 weeks behind. But something turned around and he started growing again. Amniotic fluid came back to normal. Blood flow was normal. And so, after that, we were like, well, this is crazy. And even the doctors asked my wife, they said, I don't know what diet you're on, what God you're praying to, but keep doing it because it seems to be working. And so around the 35-week mark, there was some blood flow issues and the doctors said, okay, it's time to pull him out. So went in for an emergency C-section and, he was born at 35 weeks. So he measured, he was 3 pounds, 11 ounces. So he was a tiny little guy. He now weighs nearly 6 pounds, which is really cool. So, but he's doing great. He's doing really well. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. Medically speaking, like everything is normal. He's just little. So, yeah, which is really cool.
I'm so glad to hear that
Yeah.
news.
Yeah,
Amazing. And our prayers are with you, with the newborn, but I'm so glad to hear he's doing well. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yay. I don't know if you got to see the comments in the chat box yet, Ben, but so
Not
many
yet, no.
appreciation of the presentation, lots of good impact and responses. They did ask if you were willing to share your slides. Not sure if
Yeah,
you're
I'll
willing to
share
do that or
them,
not.
sure.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, and I'll share the PowerPoint because I have a lot of notes in there, so you can look at the notes as well.
Awesome. Thank you, Ben. That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this presentation. And really, I just want to kind of open it up for the attendees to share any other updates, announcements, news, things that are going on that you think is worthwhile, or maybe you have a client that you're working with that needs some extra assistance that you can lean on our collaborative members about. I'll kind of just round robin again and open it up to whoever wants to go first. Feel free to jump in if you want to.
I'll be glad to share. Mallory, again, from the Cohen Clinic at Easter Seals. We have a ton of fantastic workshops that we're trying to share with the community. Please help us share what we're doing. We are having a comedy theater creative workshop for anybody interested in theater and comedy. You do not have to have any experience in either areas. That is occurring every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7 o'clock. I'll put the information in the chat box. That is going on through November 24th. If you can't make every class, that's fine. If you want to just attend one and check it out, it's a fun time, lots of laughs. We also have 2 classes for yoga this month, October 14th and October 28th. That is at 5 p.m. That is open to anybody, military or not. We understand health is so important, especially right now. It is gentle yoga that's kind to every person, no matter what your fitness level or ability is. We also have a virtual Toastmasters club that we are working to develop. So if you have anybody interested in Toastmasters, public speaking, professional development, leadership skills, that is occurring tonight at 7 o'clock. And then we'll have another one towards the end of the month on a Saturday. Through our clinic, we're doing lots of mental health education classes. So we have sleep enhancement, problem solving, and more. Next month, we are celebrating our anniversary as well as Veterans Day. So we're working to plan an entire week of events. So please stay tuned on that. We would love to have big attendance for that week of events. But that's it. I'm going to put a lot of information in chat, so stand by. If you have any questions or need flyers, don't hesitate to email me and I'll get that all to you. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Mallory.
Christy?
Yes, Neil.
Yeah, I wanted to address Benjamin. Just a beautiful, beautiful message today from you. And we know how powerful prayer is. I think everybody pretty much has had experience of some kind with prayer. I was thinking about the vision boards that I've set up, or treasure maps, if you the Amway thing, or you put it on your refrigerator and you keep looking at it, that kind of stuff. But I remember how many times I was humbled in just learning about mindfulness and teaching for 30 years. It just tells you that you're human, and it makes you a better instructor and a better person, so you can relate to more people. So thanks again. Powerful presentation. Really appreciated your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, Neil.
Yeah, hi, this is Brenda. I don't really have a specific announcement, but yeah, Ben, thank you so much. It's always good to be reminded of these kinds of things and how powerful they can be. My son's actually having a little bit of a hard time being in a really challenging program and doing it all virtually. And it's his first time in high school. So it's a reminder to me that I can pass these things on to him. And I've already started thinking about what his accomplishment board would look like, that I'm going to put right next to his laptop. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's my pleasure. And the real gift to all of this, and the real gift to all this personal development stuff, is that you can take this knowledge and give it to other people, and help them out with it too. So I appreciate that. That's great, Brenda. Thank you.
I'll also follow up saying that I thought it was a wonderful presentation. I can see how it can be, how so many of my clients can benefit from this message. So I may be reaching out to you, Benjamin, to share this with brain injury services clients, because I can see how so many would love this message and would love to dedicate the time to build their own accomplishment boards. But it was also personally relevant. I made my list, and I'm also thinking I got to make sure I keep this here on my desk, so I'm reminded. So really, thank you for that. I realized that earlier I didn't really talk too much about brain injury services. I imagine that some of you may already be familiar with it. You may even be familiar with Elizabeth Washington, who was a prior veterans case management at Brain Injury Services. So I recently just, stepped in for her. And so, but in case you do not know about Brain Injury Services, we basically provide, case management, occupational therapy, counseling, vocational rehab, support group, day programs, etc. To any person in the Northern Virginia area who has a history of brain injury. I specifically work with veterans, so that's why I was very interested to attend this collaborative, because I'm new to case management, so I've been taking tons of notes on all the services that you guys are offering, so I can refer my my clients over to you guys, because all of this sounds wonderful. I've been taking as many notes as I can from the chat from all, but I'll share that the chat doesn't let you copy paste. So I was going to ask if it's possible to save the chat and mail it to us, because I just definitely want to make sure that I have all the information.
I do. In the follow-up notes, I get the it saves as a text file, but I download it and I convert it to a Word file and I attach it in the follow-up notes. So yes, they will be there.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well, then in that case, many of you will be hearing from me, getting an email from me, and I really appreciate all of you. I'm so glad that I received this reference, that I got to learn about you guys in this group. So that's it.
Hello, can you hear me? Hey, Benjamin, thank you so much. This is exactly what I needed today. I took leave last week because for the past 6 months, like many of us on this call, we've been working nonstop, tirelessly supporting the population that we work with. And last week I had to personally not take it personally, right? With everything that was going on, and understand and recognize that, we can only do what we can only do. As Brenda mentioned, using this with a teenager or a college student or a young adult or someone who has had a challenging 2020 is going to be a very useful thing. So I appreciate you and I thank you. And I'm so excited that you and your family are doing well. And so I don't have anything really to say about Easter Seals. And that is significant because as everyone else downsizes for October, we are also doing the same thing. More one-on-one. We'll restart and do everything else later. But again, a very challenging and rewarding experience. And I'll never forget ants again. Thank you.
Yeah, if you don't know who Dr. Daniel Amen is, he's kind of like a world leader in brain health. They have a clinic here up in Reston. I don't know where he is located, but I've actually used his nutritionist for cooking classes. And so she's done cooking classes on brain health and anti-inflammatory cooking and all that. And so ants is one of the things that keeps coming up at pretty much every event that I do. Automatic negative thoughts. That's good.
Thank you. He's on public TV a lot, so I've seen a few of his shows.
Any other updates from anybody? All right. Well, it was really good to see you all. So glad. I love these opportunities to get to see faces since we're all working virtually. I know they say this every time, but it does really help me personally, making sure that I still have connection with everybody. So thank you all for joining in today. I know October is crazy for everybody. Lots of events that got rescheduled this month, lots of things happening, but also people going back to school and dealing with their children and virtual learning and everything else. So I'm glad you were here today. Again, thank you, Ben, for just a wonderful presentation. Our next meeting will be December 1st. So I'll be hopefully excited to introduce you to the new Northern Virginia Program Manager at that meeting. And they'll be working with Michelle Cole to continue collaboration on these events. But in the meantime, if you have any ideas or suggestions for upcoming topics, training opportunities that we can provide to you as collaborative members, reach out to myself or Michelle, and we will be excited to bring some more learning opportunities and obviously networking for you in December. And just a reminder, we do have other collaboratives throughout the region. So feel free to visit our Serving Together website. We have various topics, various presentations that are going on. Since all of our meetings are virtual, you don't necessarily have to just attend the ones in your neck of the woods. You can attend ones in Maryland, DC, and more. So I encourage you to check those out. The next week will be the Fort Belvoir Collaborative on the 15th. We're going to have Saratoga War Horse and Mary Santini. What's the other one? Black Forge something.
Yes, Black Horse Forge.
Yes, thank you. Presenting at the Belvoir one, and then at Loudon CVEB on the 20th in the evening, we're going to have our officer elections, and we're going to have a couple of presentations from someone that's getting a museum started, and possibly the VTAP program from Virginia Department of Veteran Services. So lots of topics coming to Northern Virginia, but also other ones that are happening in Maryland and DC if you want to participate in more networking opportunities and learn about more resources and services. Serving Together did have our regional community of practice event last week on September 30th. That was about improving behavioral health services for military and veterans. So that webinar is available on demand to watch as a recording if you're interested. And we are going to be planning 2 more this fall. One that's going to be focused on veteran and suicidology and understanding suicide and suicidal prevention opportunities. And then the other one will be focused on networks and prevention and the ability for networks like ours to collaboratively work to support military and veterans with prevention. So exciting things to come, and we'll keep you posted on all of that. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day, has a great October, and let us know if there's anything that we can help support. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye.